What's up, guys? Back again with the sixth podcast. I am only joined by this little thing we're doing. Only joined by Jalen.
Yes, sir. Here. Ready.
Uh, no one else, just me and Jalen this time.
That's going to be a good one.
The best of pop culture today.
The best.
Oh,
Most reliable. You're guaranteed a video out of us. No, we actually have a lot of awesome content coming, especially this weekend. Tomorrow we have Miguel's first video, which, by the way, the gameplay today, normally I record the gameplay to use as B-roll. This is Miguel's gameplay, so shout out to him.
Sometimes Jake.
Sometimes Jake. What have you used?
I only did like the first two videos.
Oh yeah, you did. But yeah, this is Miguel's gameplay. He's going to have some commentary videos on the channel starting tomorrow, so be sure to check out that. And then obviously Nick's going to do his thing, but yeah, we have a lot of cool stuff coming for you guys.
A lot of gameplay.
Yeah, not enough movies.
Well, whose fault is that?
Not the industry's fault. How was your week, man? Yeah, how was your week?
My week was good. Wasn't as busy as usual. I've kind of been getting some work done. Trying to get out those videos. I just saw Star Wars for Life's comment saying, Jake, wanna what's with no BF2 video Thursday? That is because there was a mishap with the flash drive, and it didn't record properly, so I had to, or it didn't download properly, so I had to re-download it and then upload it Friday.
Interesting.
But besides that, everything should be going good for next week. Everything should go well.
Should.
How was your week, man?
My week was pretty good. Busy week. Tomorrow's gonna be really busy because I have something for ROTC called military ball, and that's going to take up like the majority of my day. So I'm not going to be super productive on the channel tomorrow. So I'm gonna hopefully try to get some stuff done tonight, which I'm already like super tired. But I like to try to get some stuff done tonight before I go to bed. But yeah, I'm really excited about tonight's podcast, and I think we have a pretty good, short, concise lineup of topics we're going to talk about tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So you just want to jump right into it?
Yeah, sure.
So we're actually going to switch it up a bit. Normally we do like movies and stuff first, but we're going to switch it up a bit. So let's talk about games, man. The PS5 and Xbox Series X, the new generation of consoles, supposed to be coming out this holiday season, November, December-ish of 2020. The rumor is they might be getting a delay, among other pieces of technology, but the PS5 and Xbox One, or Xbox Series X most notably, because that's what we cover on the channel, might be getting delayed because of the coronavirus, believe it or not. And this is simply because no one's working in the factories, man. Because of the outbreak in China, which all these consoles are manufactured in China.
Which, I mean, reasonably so. You don't want to kind of go into work when a disease is making its way back into fashion.
You really can't sell a product that's not being made. So
yeah,
people do believe that it's going to get delayed. And
you think that's going to affect the price at all?
No. Oh, well, it might.
It being
because the thing is
not coming out on schedule.
The thing is, and I briefly mentioned this a minute ago, there's a lot of other things being delayed. There's a rumor that the new iPhone might be delayed because that's made in China as well. But here's my thing, and I don't think I've seen too many articles on this quite yet. Here's my thing. If, a lot of the technology we have is made in China. That's just obvious, right?
Yeah.
And without these pieces of equipment being made, the prices of the stuff that we still have right now is going to go up because it's going to become more rare.
Mm-hmm.
And I really do think it might affect the price of the consoles simply because the components that the consoles are being made with is they're going to be more rare because they're not producing at a mass volume. Like if they have been on schedule ever since, whenever they started or whatnot, you know, the price would probably be a bit more reasonable. But Sony came out and said, or they didn't say, but it was a huge rumor today that the PS5 is going to be under $500, which that is huge for the specs that this
Yeah.
console comes with. That is huge, and I really just the
I think it's because they
market.
figured out their audience.
Yeah, and I think that they realize
They're,
that it's okay to take a loss on hardware if you know you're going to make that money back through software sales. You know, PlayStation Plus, digital games, exclusives. That's how they made all their money back for PS4. They
yeah.
sold that console at a loss. They sold it at $4.99
Yeah.
or $3.99 on launch, and they sold it at a loss. They were losing money for every single sale, but they made that money back through software sales, and then some hardware sales, like controllers and whatnot, headsets. Um, and I think that's the right move to go. Instead of trying to sell your console super expensive just so you make money off the console, just sell it at a cheaper price and make profit off, in the long run.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, cause I like I was saying, it feels like they finally kind of found out their market is not people who have over $500 to spend on stuff.
yeah,
I mean, there are more wealthy people who can just buy that, but like a lot of kids and stuff want to buy that too, or college students, things like that,
hmm
students in general. So I mean, making something that's less than $500 or $500 is way
that's
better than having to
you get more people to
cash
buy
out
it.
on 600 plus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's one of the huge reasons why PS4 dominated this generation, because it was sold at $100 cheaper than the Xbox,
Mhm.
and that was
Gotta love
huge.
capitalism.
That was huge though.
Yeah.
And even if it is $100, I mean, you can even look at it this way: if you have $500 to spend, which is how much the Xbox One cost at launch, you're just going to spend that 500. If you have $500 to spend, and you look at the PS4 and you see that it's 400, you can get a game, a game or
Yeah.
maybe two games with that. Not only are you just getting the console, but you're getting more with that console for the same amount of
Most likely
money.
that game is an exclusive.
For the same amount of money. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's a great business practice, and I want competition to be really good this go around, because the Xbox got dominated, man. They got dominated so hard.
Mhm.
Microsoft doesn't want to share their full sales numbers.
Yeah.
It's rumored
Yeah.
that's between I think as of right now probably 45 to 50 million units, while the PS4 is past 100 million units. It's but it really does suck, man. And to think that just a small little disease could possibly be the cause for all of these, all this technology being
Mhm.
delayed or the price being marked up, that's crazy, man. And
Yeah.
it should be a wake up call, if anything. It should show. I mean,
Yeah.
I know basic economics, right? I'm gonna start taking that class this semester, so I understand.
Economic.
I understand trading and selling and outputs and inputs. I understand it. But dude, countries have to realize that you cannot depend on other countries for, certain products.
Mhm. Yeah.
I understand it's way cheaper to make a PS4 in China than it is in America, but there's so many remedies that we
Yeah.
could.
Just cheaper to outsource.
Exactly, but there's so many remedies that we can use in America to, you know, just make the costs not make it cheaper, but kind of get the money back in another area. And
Yeah.
there's so many, and I don't want to get political here, but one thing I'm gonna
Oh,
say,
please don't.
one thing I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna leave this alone. It's weed. Legalize it. So much money is
Legalize it.
so much money is waiting right there, dude. The legalization of marijuana will boom this country's economy. I'm guaranteeing
Yeah.
it. And like I said, if weed and obviously a PS4 or 5 have no correlation really, but
Well.
okay,
Yeah.
maybe. Regardless, what I'm saying is, of course, it would cost more to build a PS5 in America, but imagine if Sony or America had to build the PS5 and the legalization of weed wasn't a thing, right? Losing way more money. Now imagine if the government was not only, you know, losing money, but they also had weed legalized. They'll be losing a little bit less, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, but this should be a wake up call, man. This really should be. We shouldn't rely on other countries just because it's cheaper. You know, we should have even if it's like a small development, you know, plant here. Even if we're not producing as many PS4s as China is, just you know, maybe one for every
Yeah.
100 we're producing here or something like that. You know, that's a
Yeah.
very bad ratio. But you know, just so that we're in the in the playing field, just so that this holiday
Yeah.
season is still guaranteed that we'll have PS4s to go around or PS5s to go around. But
Yeah. I guess that kind of makes sense with PlayStation and Sony, but I mean with Xbox, but I mean like Sony is a like PlayStation, Sony's more Japanese
yeah.
and Asia market, you know.
Mhm.
So it kind of makes sense why there's so many over there. However, Microsoft is a very, built in America kind of uh company. So you would think maybe like they would have like a few more factories here than they would
Oh yeah.
over in Asia, but
But they still rely
it's
on
just cheaper
Asia.
to outsource.
Yeah,
And
way cheaper.
I'm sure tons of them are India. India's a huge place where people outsource stuff like that.
Mhm.
But yeah.
It's kind of
But
it really does suck though.
I am wondering what else not maybe not so much the coronavirus, but the coronavirus and other stuff that's been happening, kind of in the world is it will affect things like this. Things like PlayStations, Xboxes, or any
Well,
more other kind of commodities.
right now, the main big focus is technology, obviously,
Yeah,
because that's just something.
yeah,
It's just become, it's something everyone needs nowadays. Say what you want about it. It is a very important part of
yeah.
life. Um, but another thing that people really aren't thinking about is food. We get a lot of food from Asian countries.
Mhm.
A lot of food. A lot of different types of food. Um,
Yeah.
so that's an issue in itself. There's a lot of factors here
Yeah,
that,
because we have farms and stuff here, but like America's really big.
yeah, yeah.
America's really big. Not to say Asia isn't. Asia's like way bigger than the United States, but I mean like still real big.
So this whole entire coronavirus issue is really, and it's funny because whenever it first broke out, the last thing I was expecting was for, the things that I'm surrounded by. Chief Mason, welcome to the stream, buddy. But the things that I'm surrounded by, to be affected by a virus. But
Yeah,
put two and two together, you're like, well, crap, man. Like this really is happening. This is real, and this is very serious. And it's not just about me at this point. It's about the livelihoods of people working in China. Like they haven't been in factories for weeks, man. Nothing's been
yeah.
produced for weeks, and that's just insane to even think about.
How long do you think it will be delayed?
If it does get delayed, um, I say Q. I say quarter two of 2021. That's when it'll be released. They're
Hmm.
they're not going to release it January, February, March because everyone's already broke from Christmas shopping. No,
Yeah.
no, no. I say either summer. I'm sorry. I say either summer or no, because even Q2 is kind of a weird spot to put something like that. I say either like late summer or they might just delay it a year, honestly, and just wait for the next holiday season.
Yeah.
Because summer is a huge time for people to buy technology. People really don't notice that, but it's a really good time to buy technology.
Yeah.
And
I'm honestly wondering is like, how long it could be delayed.
yeah, we're talking about Corona, man. But yeah, dude. I if I was in their shoes and I had to delay it, I would definitely delay it until the following year, the following holiday season, just so I know I can make the majority of my money. Um, but it's definitely not coming out in Q1. We will not see those consoles If it does get delayed, we're not saying it is, but if it does get delayed, it is not coming out January,
Yeah,
February, or March. That's not happening.
yeah.
Never.
It'll
Cause
be later.
oh yeah, for sure. Um, but yeah, man. A lot of other pieces of technology are being affected by this, as well as like PC parts. So people are already starting to see price hikes in PC parts. And if you want to build a PC or get a PC right now, you better do it because and TVs are going to start going up. A lot of Chinese made TVs.
Mm,
And there's just so much stuff
yeah,
made in China that isn't being made right now.
it's gonna be a lot of stuff that kind of raises in price. I know this morning kind of has to do with the PC thing. I actually entered on Microsoft. I entered like this giveaway thing
mm-hmm.
for a PC, and I was thinking about the whole Corona thing, and I was like, man, that'd be it's just weird to think about, like how things like this could really get the whole thing messed up.
Yeah, dude, it really
Yeah,
is. I mean, who would have ever guessed that a virus would affect, you know,
that's like, yeah, it's kind of
PlayStation?
weird to think about that, where like a virus can affect you in two ways, where it's like it affects you, as an actual disease, but then it actually affects you even if it's not even having to do with anywhere you're near.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's weird to think about now because
Well,
you wouldn't have that problem like hundreds of years ago. Like if Asia had the coronavirus, but like the United States didn't, we wouldn't know about it.
mm-hmm.
But now it's like actually directly affecting us, even though we don't actually have the virus, which I think is kind of crazy.
Um, yeah, man. I don't know exactly how long they've been out of the plants and whatnot they've been working at, but it's been a couple of weeks at least, and the cities are on quarantine.
Yeah,
It's really crazy,
it's
man.
a whole thing.
It's kind of scary if you
It's a
really
whole
think
thing.
about it, but
Yeah,
it really sucks too. So yeah,
yeah.
hopefully
They use Germex.
at this point, man, I really don't even care about the consoles. I'm gonna keep it real with you, man, because that's just more money I have to spend, right? And then plus by the time they come
It
out,
gives you time to save up.
exactly. Not only that, but when they come out, I'm gonna just be getting back from basic training. If not, I'm gonna still be in basic. So I'm not really tripping
Mm,
about it because regardless, I wouldn't have been able to play it all that much for the first month, maybe,
yeah,
of release. But I know that's kind of a selfish, point of view, but that's just my point of view. And
yeah,
um, I rather get a cure out there. I think that's priority rather than make sure that
yeah,
you open these
definitely.
factories back up. Just make sure that you stay on these quotas and whatnot. That is,
Yeah,
that's bottom of my priority right now because people need to get
lives over
healthy.
product. Lives over
One hundred
product. Yeah,
percent. People need to get healthy. People need to get you know back in working order. China needs to restore
yeah,
what they have lost these last few weeks, and that's way more
yeah,
important than. All right, guys, let's get back to the factory. You have a console to make.
yeah.
Um,
Put on a mask and get back into the factory.
yeah.
That yeah,
So yeah, that's not my priority. I 100% do want to try to help out in some sort of way. And I've been because we've been setting up the whole donation stuff, and I was looking at charities. Streamlabs actually offers charities that you can like people can donate to, and you get part of the revenue, and the other part of the revenue goes to the charity. So I'm actually trying to look at some of the some sort of organization that reliable organization at that we can actually donate to and just help out
mm,
in some way, shape, or form, just so that we can you know some it's
yeah.
just some way to help, and because I'm not some scientist over here. I'm not going to come up with a cure anytime soon.
Nah,
So the least it's all about what you can do. And
yeah,
but yeah, um for anybody who is I'm sorry, but for anybody who is like concerned about not getting their new console this holiday season, that should be the least of your worries, dude. I'm sorry.
yeah.
It sucks 100% because I'm looking forward to it. I love gaming. I love video games. I was talking about this with my girlfriend last night. I love video games.
I'll game right now.
I I love, it's such a great
Put a controller in
storytelling.
my hand. I'll do it right now,
I
man.
I will. Let's go. But no, seriously,
Bet.
it's such a great storytelling medium, bro. And I was telling her, I was like, games often get a bad reputation, and those who play games often get a bad rep. But dude, games, think about it, is no different from a movie or a TV show or music. It's just interactive. That's the only
Yeah,
difference. You can
that's the great thing about games is the being interactive and really getting into that
you can make Last of Us into a
world.
movie, right? Or they already have Logan. Or you can play The Last of Us and be way more immersed in the characters,
Yeah,
And that's the
like Spider-Man PS4.
no, I am very passionate about I am very
Just
passionate about
no.
video games. I am. But, at the end of the day, there's way more important things to worry about. And
Is it?
yeah, I
Oh,
think
okay.
so. You think so?
Yeah, yeah,
You think?
yeah. I think so. I think
Okay,
so. Yeah,
okay,
yeah. I'm all
okay,
about it. I'm all about
okay.
it.
Pro life. Heck yeah.
Pro life, pro life.
Yes, sir. So yeah, hopefully we get the stuff this year. If not, patience is virtue. Nothing bad will really happen either,
Yeah,
because
just let you save up money.
and then they
Means you can
could
get an extra burger off the menu.
and then they could honestly add some, minor tweaks and upgrades to the systems and whatnot if they
Yeah,
have to wait another year. So I'm 100% fine with it personally.
yeah.
But
And if anything, it's probably almost a better thing if it did get delayed. Because like, what if they packaged it, And I'm not sure how really Corona works. I'll be honest with you.
mhm.
But what if they packaged it and it had Corona in it or something like that, like in the box?
Yeah, they gotta. Yeah, whenever they do go back to the factories, they gotta make sure all that stuff's clean.
You gotta make sure you're sanitized before like put all the
Huh.
hardware in there.
I mean, think about that.
Honestly, I don't know if that's how
Well,
Corona works.
I wouldn't put it past them that they'd honestly destroy all the stuff that's been made
Yeah,
because there has been some
might be
instances.
contaminated.
Well, I think it was SARS that also broke out in China, and they,
Oh
they
yeah,
they had to destroy like in some of their plants. They destroyed every piece of technology they built because they were scared that it might infect someone.
yeah.
So
You
wow,
don't want to
dude.
be affiliated with the console that gives you Corona.
Yeah, that'll be a shame, dude. But even then, that just adds more fuel to the fire. I mean, more reason for price
Yeah,
to go up for parts, and
yeah.
yeah, we're just really going to see. We're going to keep our eyes open on price changes and whatnot. And I'm very attentive to stuff like that. I'm
Wait
always
for reviews.
I'm not yeah, but I'm always like also looking at stocks and like global trading and stuff like that. Like that's just me as a person. So um,
Yeah,
I'll keep my eyes open and let you guys know. But it's gonna be good. We still got our PS4s. Those things are still working. So
yeah.
I'm not,
Yeah,
I'm not tripping
yeah.
about it. We still got a whole bunch of awesome games coming out, thousands of hours of content coming out. You guys, there's no reason to freak out.
1,000,
Thousands of hours. But
10 max.
10 hours. That's all.
Yeah.
And Final Fantasy VII is gonna give me more than 10 hours of content.
Oh gosh.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah.
I'm still waiting for a Cyberpunk, man,
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's
which is also gonna get delayed due to coronavirus.
don't jinx it.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised they use anything as an excuse to delay that game anymore. They're probably
They,
gonna
they
say like, yeah,
barely they barely use
it's
an
ready,
excuse.
everything's fine,
But coronavirus is still
everything's
killing
fine.
people.
But the coronavirus is like really scary, so we think we need at least
we
8 more years.
more people to buy the game.
Yeah, so we're gonna wait for the population to get back up, and then we'll release it. Yeah, so we'll see you guys in 2026.
We'll see you in what's the 2077? We'll see you then.
Yeah, we'll see you, dude. Honestly, that's when that game's gonna get released. That's a good point. That's when that game's gonna get released. We're gonna have the PlayStation 64, and that game's gonna come out.
And everybody's
Ugh.
still gonna buy it.
I'm already have my pre-ordered, so
I'm ready.
I'm
Yeah,
okay with being 74 and that game
that's
coming out.
funny. A couple weeks ago, it was like 60 days left or something like that, and then went to like 100 and something.
Oh, I was so sad because it was like 90 days left. It was like 90 days left. Or no, you're right. It was 60. It was like 60 days left. And then I logged onto my PlayStation. It said 241 days left. And I
Yeah,
went,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
That's not how a countdown works.
Tomorrow you're gonna log on and it's going to say 9,000 days left. So
It's just going to say 999 plus.
this game is coming. That's all.
Game is coming.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be good. Corona, let's kick it where it, let's kick in its behind.
Let's gig.
Let's kick in its
Kick it.
behind, dude. Let's not have this thing overcome us. But
It's gonna be. We should rename the title of this. We cured Corona.
no. Someone was actually telling me we need more clickbaity titles, and I was like, holy crap! I don't want to be that YouTuber.
I tried to do that, not clickbaity, but I tried to make the Batman titles a little better.
Yeah, they look better.
Yeah.
Clean.
Question mark?
Oof.
Question mark?
Adds
Exclamation
suspense.
point?
It gives you a reason to watch it.
Colon? Semicolon? That's all happening, man.
Yes, sir. So let's transition into some movie news
Yeah,
because that was mainly.
Clean,
Was there
it's a
any?
clean segue. Let's transition.
Was there any other gaming news? There wasn't a whole lot. I mean, we got a couple
No,
trailers.
gaming stuff has happened.
Yeah, we got a
Yeah.
couple trailers. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
much it. So movies, gotta love them.
Movies?
I love them. Birds
You
of
don't
Prey.
gotta.
Shut up. Birds of Prey came out last week, as some of us know. I went around asking a lot of people about the movie, and they didn't even know it came out. I
It's honestly, I was thinking about that. It's a very not very commercialized movie. I've seen ads, but I feel like I haven't been flooded with ads like usually it is with a movie. Usually you have like every trailer or every ad you have on YouTube or something or commercial is always going to be that same movie that's coming out in a week. I don't remember seeing a lot of Birds of Prey commercials or trailer or anything.
Yeah,
I feel like it just hasn't come out.
I don't recall seeing a whole lot either.
Like I remember seeing a trailer, but honestly I don't remember being in an ad or anything.
I rarely watch TV, so I mean like television. Like,
I mean even YouTube or
well, normally I don't see
Hulu
YouTube
or anything like that.
Normally I don't even see YouTube like show a lot of rated R ads. Normally, because ever since the whole content stuff.
It's true. What about Bloodshot?
I haven't seen a
Everyone's
trailer for
favorite
that.
movie.
I haven't seen that on YouTube, like in the ads.
Haven't?
Not once.
Interesting. We
Probably,
have different YouTubes.
probably because I watched the Wiggles. They know how to cater to me. Regardless, Birds of Prey came
That's
out.
big news.
No,
The Wiggles have a girl now.
they've had a girl. The Birds of Prey has
For like 16 years.
Birds of Prey came out last week.
Oh yeah. Birds of Prey.
And the reviews were decent. First they started in the 90s, and I'm like, whoa. And then they, as more reviews came out, I called this. This was just obvious. As more reviews come out, the score would drop. And because 9 times out of 10, your first reviews are just your trigger happy. Oh, this movie was amazing.
Your last Jedi excuse. Keep going.
Yeah. What? No.
What?
That movie's good. Regardless, so the
Yes, the Wiggles are still a thing. Star Wars for life.
yes, look them up. There's
Check them out on YouTube.
Because quickly, I'm just going quick segue. I was wondering. I'm sorry. Quick segue. I was wondering why they weren't on Disney Plus because the Wiggles was on Disney Channel, and I was like, why are the Wiggles on Disney Plus? So I look them up, and they're on YouTube. Like they have a full blown YouTube channel. Okay, that's that. So Birds of Prey came out.
Wiggles.
Shout out to the Wiggles. Support us. Endorse us. PCT for president.
This episode brought to you by the Wiggles.
But so Birds of Prey
We're not
came out.
sponsored by the Wiggles.
Birds of Prey came out. It got really good reviews. 80s across the board. Critics and audience, they both loved it. But
And then
it bombed. It bombed at the box office, man. It bombed. So it made roughly, I don't know the exact numbers as of now, but last week, as of last Sunday, 30 million. It was a little bit more, but
really?
About $30 million for an opening weekend for a DC film. That's
Wow.
That's crazy. And
Wow.
you and I were in a group chat, and you shared that, and the two words I said, in reply to that was DC fatigue. That's all that is.
Yeah. I can see that. Honestly, yeah. They need it. Yeah. DC fatigue is a very good way to put it. I think another reason is just because like maybe not so much fatigue, but honestly just no interest. Not so much fatigue, just not any interest.
Mm.
Because like with fatigue, it means like there's been so much that's coming out that you don't want to see it anymore. I feel like DC honestly doesn't have a lot, in comparison to like Marvel or anything. Doesn't have a lot. It's just none of them have been good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, like, except for your like Man of Steel, Aquaman.
Yeah, and
Uh,
for those that have been good, like it's not like they've been like some super standout movie. Like they just been enjoyable. That's really all it was. It wasn't like crazy
yeah,
amazing. Um, Shazam, dude.
yeah. I
I'm
mean,
sorry, Shazam. Pers-
Shazam's a great movie. Whoever said
personally,
Shazam was smart.
personally, I did not like Shazam, and
It's because you don't like families
I do
or
love families,
happiness.
but the villain sucked. One minute he was in an office killing everybody without any remorse. Second minute he was making jokes and a stupid villain and just wasn't scary at all.
Hey,
And
man,
the character development there just wasn't there for
it
me.
was it was scary enough. If you
Um,
were with your family, you'd love that
I
movie,
watched that movie with my
and it
brother and my
loved you.
dad.
Yeah, well, they don't like you, so
Okay,
whatever.
thank you. Um,
um,
but yeah,
so yeah, I think it's just like none of them have been that good. That like especially when you have like things like Suicide Squad, which I very much saw Suicide Squad in this movie. Basically, just where like this like when I saw like the trailer for everything, it made me think this looks exactly like Suicide Squad, but
but better.
and
I thought the movie
I
looked
will
good.
say
I haven't seen
I
it.
will say I haven't yeah we haven't seen it. I want to go see it. I will go
I
see it at
was
some point.
I was never planning on
But
seeing it opening weekend.
I don't want to see it. I honestly like I feel like I'm not gonna like this movie.
I was never planning on seeing it opening weekend. I saw the trailers and I was like, huh.
I wasn't planning on
I
seeing
was
it in the
like,
movie theater.
huh, that might be a movie I go check out like while it's still in theaters. Get catch a matinee for like $5 a ticket or something like that. But I'm not rushing to the theaters to see this movie at
Yeah.
all by any means. But I did.
Yeah.
It is in my most anticipated movies of 2020 video. I am excited for this movie simply because I DC is doing the right thing with the rated R stuff, and they are.
Yeah, I think if they I think what's gonna happen is that they are going to Oh, but that's a problem. When's the Batman supposed to come out?
2021, late 2021, summer, early fall.
When's that Flash movie supposed to come out?
Yeah, I don't. 2021 as well.
Because the whole theory is that the Flash movie, it's definitely going to be Flashpoint,
Oh,
is going to
100%.
reboot the DC universe. Oh, maybe that's what they're going to do. Maybe they'll do Batman. They'll
Mm.
do the Batman.
I think Flash is coming out
And
before
okay, yeah,
Batman.
I want Robert Patterson
Pattinson.
Pattinson. I always get his name wrong. Paddington to
Paddington, the
I
bear.
want I don't want him to have like a one movie and then it be rebooted. I really don't want that. So I'm hoping that what's gonna happen is that Flash will reboot the DC universe, and then from that point on, it will be what basically fans have said from the beginning, where it should be a dark. I don't think every movie needs to be rated R,
Oh no.
but I think it needs to be rated R or a really strong PG-13.
Dude, if they were to make these movies, I can see Flash being PG-13, the Batman
Mhm.
being rated R easily.
Mhm.
Um,
Easily.
then they would.
I don't agree, but I agree.
I want them to keep Gal Gadot. You see, and
Yes,
this is the issue with
rebooting.
rebooting and changing up story arcs and storylines and creating alternate universes and whatever the case may be. I don't want them like there are a lot of these actors and actresses in the DCU. They're great, dude. Jason Momoa
Are
is
honestly are
awesome.
good. It's just the movies that
The
are
only
lacking.
the only actors I didn't care too much for was whoever played
Jared Leto.
yeah, him. Whoever played Cyborg and Ezra Miller. I didn't care too much for
Ezra
those.
Miller. I hated Ezra Miller.
I didn't care too
He
much for them.
was. I hated. I don't like Ezra Miller's acting, and I don't like how they made the Flash's character.
Welcome to the stream, Logan. um,
I don't like how they made the Flash's character. Um, I it was so awkward and just so unnecessarily, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, just so
Flamboyant.
awkward and flamboyant and awkward that I was just like, why? Like, why? This is not at all like, because like everyone else was pretty much to their comic book accuracy. You know, Batman was Batman, Superman was Superman, with a darker twist kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then Flash just ruined the whole movie. It felt like,
And not only that, but the CGI and his stupid
and the
arms.
CGI sucked, and his dumb
Stupid
running,
arms.
and then you have Cyborg who looked horrible. He looked so weird. His suit, like his armor.
His suit looked bad, but it was very colorful. It looked very like from a visual stand, like a
Mm,
from a visual
I
standpoint, it looked good. But like as far as like aesthetics, it looked
hated
dumb.
it. It looked dumb. It was like all spiky for some reason.
It was like the
It looked
Cybertruck.
really dumb. It look he is he is the
He's
Cybertruck.
the Cybertruck, dude.
That's what Elon Musk. Elon Musk wants the Snyder Cut. Confirmed.
Well, that's actually I saw that trending on Twitter. Did you see that trending on Twitter today?
Huh?
Release the Snyder Cut
No, I
was
just.
trending on Twitter today again.
Oh, it's been. Yeah, it's been trending a lot.
I think it's never gonna happen.
It's
Um,
never gonna
well,
happen.
there's a
It's like
rumor that
impeachment day. That
there,
thing was trending for like 80 days.
there's a rumor that the Snyder Cut might actually be coming to HBO Max.
Oh, is it?
That's a
That
huge rumor right now, and people really believe it.
that is interesting.
The Snyder Cut is such a stupid thing because even Zack Snyder practically said himself, like all he did for the movie, like the CGI wasn't done, the story was barely complete, and like the movie as a whole, like it just nothing about it was ready.
hmm
So I mean,
I will tell you, Justice League is honestly one of my least favorite DC movies ever.
easy.
Easy.
I think I'll watch Green Lantern over Justice League.
I I think Green Lantern gets too much hate.
I
I'm
I
gonna say it.
I rewatched it probably about a year ago, and it's a slow burner. But once he gets the ring, it's a really good movie.
I
It's a,
I will say
I would okay.
the
I
only
won't say
thing
it's
people really the only thing people really say about it is like, oh, I hated it. The CGI was so dumb. And honestly, it is.
yeah.
But besides that, it's not that bad of a movie. Ryan Reynolds does the part really well, I think.
It's a very like the whole beginning until he gets the ring. Like for me at least, it felt very slow, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
hmm
But when he got the ring, I was like, okay, things are picking up. It wasn't a bad movie. I
That one
enjoyed it.
has that movie does have a villain problem though. The villain kind of sucks in
Oh
that movie.
yeah.
But besides that,
What was his name?
besides the villain,
Parallax.
yeah, there's Parallax, and then there was the guy with the giant head, which he's like
Oh
a comic book
yeah.
villain that's different. I can't remember his name,
What? Wait.
but he has like a giant
Which one
head.
was Peter Dinklage?
Wasn't that the dad of someone?
Yeah, but he turned to a
Wasn't
villain.
it? Is
Remember?
that big head guy?
I I thought Parallax and Big Head Guy. Wait. Oh, yeah. No, that is Big Head Guy.
Yeah, big head guy. Because it's like a really that character is actually there's a Harley Quinn TV show out right now. It's like a cartoon,
Oh yeah, is it on
animated.
the DC Universe app?
I think so. It's like a not rated R. I don't think it's rated R, but
It
I
is. It's
actually it might
TVMA.
be.
It's
Yeah,
TV. Yeah.
it's like a TV anime, and that character's actually in it.
Huh.
But it's like the comic book version where it's really just a really tiny dude with a giant head, which is much like Peter Dinklage.
Yeah. It's really
No
tiny
cap.
dude. Giant head.
um,
Endorse us, Peter Dinklage.
endorse us. All we wanted for this channel is to be endorsed by the Wiggles and Peter Dinklage, and if we can get Peter Dinklage in a Wiggles costume, then that's all I need.
We've made it, dude. That's it. We've made it.
We've made it.
I,
But
I don't
yeah,
want
Birds of
anything else.
Prey sucks.
I can't wait to see it personally. I really do want it to be good too. Um,
I I don't know if I want it to be good, honestly. Because if we're right about Flashpoint, and we are, what's the point? I'm not gonna care.
okay. I mean that's a
None of it
fair
matters. No,
that's a fair point.
yeah, like what's the point anyway? If like everything's gonna be rebooted, and it's basically confirmed that it's just gonna be
However,
rebooted.
However, if they do somehow keep some of the characters as far as the superheroes go, because a lot of people, everyone loves Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Everyone loves Jason
I'm
Momoa.
sure. I'm sure.
They could
I'm sure they're gonna
possibly
keep the actors.
they could possibly keep, everyone loves Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. So I mean,
No, I'm telling you right now, they're gonna keep all the
well,
actors.
never mind. You're probably
Most.
right because I need to know when this new Suicide Squad movie is going to take place because
Oh
I think
yeah.
that's going to really determine how I feel about Birds of Prey. If because the new Suicide Squad movie is also confirmed to be rated R. This was rated R.
Interesting.
I said that Birds of Prey would be rated R. Called it from the very beginning. Um,
Batman is not confirmed rated R.
it's not confirmed rated R, but I do believe it's going to be rated R. Every single DC movie that's come out recently that wasn't confirmed to be rated R, and I called it. It has been rated R. I called Joker. Not like as soon as it was announced, I was like, "That's going to be rated R." I didn't see a trailer. I
Every rated R movie has done very well,
exactly. So
except for Birds of Prey,
there's no excuse.
which 30 million is nothing to laugh at, but
No, it kind of is for a DC movie. I'm sorry, 30 million opening weekend. That's ridiculous.
still, I mean, 30 million. You go to the dollar store, buy a 30 million thing.
Regardless, making a rated R movie, there's that stigma that if you make a rated R movie, you're not gonna make enough money, which I don't
That was
understand.
disproven.
Joker
That was
made $1 billion. It is the highest grossing rated R movie, and it's one of the highest grossing movies of all time.
like when Dice said that there are single player games aren't going to make any money anymore. It's been disproven.
You can make
It's no
money.
longer fact.
If you have an intriguing story, you can make money
Yeah.
no matter what your rating is.
It doesn't matter the rating. It only matters if you're making a good product.
So
So,
and that's one reason why I can see why I can see a lot more of these DC movies going rated R because it's at the point and it's been proven that it doesn't matter if it's PG-13 anymore. Make a rated R movie, show a grittier story, show a more realistic story, and that's what I was talking to my dad about earlier. I was like, one thing that these DC movies do best is rated R, and I told him the reason why is because DC is way more realistic in a way than Marvel. You can get away with like a whole bunch of like fake stuff in Marvel just because it's a bit more fake. And that's just it. It's a bit more fake. When it comes to DC, things are I don't want to say it's realistic, but it's more real, you know?
yeah.
Um but yeah, dude, it's just, I'm keeping my bets. I really do believe the Batman's gonna be a rated R film. And if anything,
And
if
maybe it will be.
if anything, I think that the early cut of the film will be rated R, and then it will really be up to DC to be like if they keep it rated R, you know? Because
Hmm.
what movie, Doctor Strange? I know that's exactly what happened to that movie, dude. That movie was rated R, and Marvel was like not happening, which is understandable because Marvel's built this reputation
Yeah.
of, friendly movies. But dude, this is DC. They are in a position where they need
They
money.
can start something new. Instead of trying to copy MCU completely,
Yeah.
maybe take a different route. Only rated R.
Uh,
Only dark. Only,
I wouldn't mind it.
you know,
I wouldn't mind it.
I wouldn't mind it either.
I love darker DC movies. It feels more natural.
Yeah.
I
Honestly, it does make sense for characters in DC to be darker,
hmm
just because like a lot of the characters. I think I said this last podcast as well, where it's just like Flash does really great in like a dark universe because he does a lot with representing hope. Same thing with Superman, Man of Steel kind of proves that where
Man, it feels
in
like
like
the
that
darkest you
darker,
can take that character, dude.
yeah, like he made what everyone in the comic book universe calls the Boy Scout, and put him in this really dark universe, and then made him that, and it is really good.
hmm
Kind of getting those like philosophical questions of like truth, justice, and they don't really say this anymore, but like Superman's old catchphrase, like his old thing was truth, justice, and the American way, which
Mm.
a lot of people don't say that anymore, and I think that's an interesting thing that they could play off of. But same thing with Batman is he just works in a really dark universe.
Yeah,
Wonder Woman,
his life is dark.
uh,
He watched
dude,
his parents get shot.
yeah. I mean, it just works. It really does.
It does. It feels more natural, like I said, and I'm not saying it can't be done because it has been done. With these PG-13 DC movies, and they've been done well. The Dark Knight trilogy especially stands out. But then I go to movies like Watchmen, which I feel like it was ahead of its time.
Yeah.
And I feel like if Watchmen were to come out today, it would slap just because of how real it is, Um, it feels it would slap, and I want rated R movies. I really do. It works best. I don't want rated R. Like I said before, I don't want rated R for shock value or for, ooh, that was edgy. But it just works
Yeah.
best, dude. It really does. Just like PG-13 works best for Marvel, rated R works
Because
best.
when they have these rated R movies, it really does bring up like a kind of makes you think
You can do
kind of
way
thing
more with it,
where they don't have to beat it around the bush with things like other stuff.
and you can do way more
Which
with it, dude.
to be fair, some of the Marvel movies, and I've said this before, some of the Marvel movies they really push that PG-13. Like Avengers Endgame has an on-screen, right in your face decapitation in like the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Well, the head and everything was kind of blurred out, though. It was kind of like in the background.
It no.
Rewatch the scene. You don't see it like full head on, and as soon as he swings
I
the axe, it
saw
cuts.
enough. I saw enough of purple blood
Yeah,
and
it's
a
like
head chopped off. It doesn't matter what kind of decapitation it is. If I took my my kid, PG-13. A lot of movies are PG-13. I saw a live decapitation. Dang. Dang. But whatever. I'm not here to hate on Marvel, just to hate on you.
nice.
But
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome.
But yeah,
I think
man.
we should.
DC.
Are you still going?
Yeah. No, we can
Alright,
move
so
on. But yeah, DC is. I think they're. I think
sound
they're.
good, mate.
I think they're in a very good spot right now. I think they're in a very good
Yeah,
spot, regardless of Birds of
they're in a
Prey.
good position.
They are, and regardless of Birds of Prey being successful or failing the box office, I think they're in a pretty good spot. I don't think this
Yeah,
movie failed because it's rated R. I think it failed because Suicide Squad sucked.
yeah. It's been linked to too many bad movies for that one to do well.
Yeah, and this also goes to show that just because an actress may look good doesn't mean she'll get money.
Which
Um,
that's subjective.
no, this just proves it. Everyone goes crazy about Margot Robbie, yet this movie
I
underperformed.
don't go crazy about Margot
I
Robbie.
don't
I
either.
honestly don't
I
think
don't
she's that
understand the hype,
good
dude.
looking.
I don't understand the hype. Wolf of Wall Street was a great movie, not because of her. So moving on to some other
She reminds
news.
me of Uma Thurman.
Margot Robbie?
Yeah.
She hasn't been abused.
Moving on.
Moving on. This is yours.
Moving on.
Take it.
Yes. Like every podcast, we have to talk about Star Wars.
Oh my god.
Um,
We don't have to.
this time in Star Wars history, the Cassian Andor series, very interestingly enough, which I'm actually kind of excited about, to be honest, um, is gonna have George Lucas actually as the executive producer and writer
Mm.
for the Disney Plus series in Cassian Andor, which he had said before. He had come out saying that he would come back to Star Wars. He's more than willing to come back to Star Wars to write for stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but his one condition was always that he has full reign. There's no Disney exec, no Kathleen Kennedy
Good.
that can say, no, you can't do this. And I don't know. I don't know if that's the case in this scenario, if he actually got what he wanted.
Probably not.
But I'm sure, probably not. But I'm sure that with all the fans and stuff like that have been coming out, and I'm sure he has a little bit more leeway. I'm sure he has a lot of leeway, which I'm excited about.
Man.
But what I think's interesting,
Did
what I
you?
really think's interesting about this, I'm really kind of on the fence about this,
Mm-hmm.
is that George Lucas, of course, very good choice for a Star Wars movie, or Star Wars TV show. I don't know if you know this, but he invented Star Wars.
Some would assume.
Some would assume. But Cassian Andor isn't one of his characters. This is a Star Wars area that he didn't have anything to do with. He had nothing to do with Rogue One. He had to do with Clone Wars. He had to do with Rebels. but like this is something that he didn't have anything to do with. So I'm kind of
So,
interested in seeing what he does with this character that he's been now given by someone else.
so you brought up a pretty good point. Did he write the original? Like, I know he didn't direct all three of the original movies, but did he write them? I want to, I want to know if he wrote all three of them. Do you know that?
He wrote all three of them.
Okay.
There
Okay.
was some stuff that he was told, hey, like he consulted with people, but he was the writer for all
Okay. That's all. That's
Star
all.
Wars movies,
Um.
prequels and
So
originals.
here's my thing. Here's my thing. You brought up a very good point whenever you said what you just said.
I know, I'm really smart.
Yeah, that's subjective. Um. You said that he's working with characters that he didn't make. Okay.
Hmm.
I, considering that is the case, I don't know who wrote Rogue One. It might have been Gareth Edwards, the director. I'm not entirely sure, so I don't want to put my
Dr. Seuss could be anyone.
I don't want to put it on there. However, I do believe Gareth Edwards and the original writer of Rogue One need to have some sort of say in this.
Yeah, or yeah, at least someone. Yeah, and I
100%.
think someone who should have some say in this is the guy who plays Cassian Andor. I think he should have because since he's played this character
Diego
and a lot
Luna,
of
that's his name, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Who wrote Rogue
Yeah,
One?
because
I'm gonna look it up.
George Lucas, yeah, he made the original trilogy, but he also made the
Tony
prequels.
Gilroy, John Knoll, Gary Wata, and Chris Wetz
You know,
or we.
George Lucas, he made the original, or he wrote the original trilogy and
Yeah, it
directed the
looks like
first
there was a
movie.
storyboard kind of thing. It wasn't just the one guy.
Okay, but
So there was a group of people.
he wrote and directed the first movie and wrote the other, two movies. But
Hmm.
let's not forget, he also made the prequels. And
Which has come back and everyone loves now. So if you think
everyone
about
loves the
it,
prequels now because the sequels
he's
suck.
he's done nothing wrong.
No, they're appreciated because people feel like they were underappreciated. The prequels are still not great movies.
Not great, but not bad.
No,
You haven't watched Clone Wars. You should watch Clone
I
Wars
okay.
and
So
it
I
will
should
all make sense to you.
no. It's not even the fact that makes sense. It's just I shouldn't have to watch something else just for something to be good. That's like saying I don't like Avengers Endgame. Well, okay, no, that's way too far.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That's
I
like
was about to say.
that's like saying I don't like. Yeah, that's way too far. That's like saying I don't like hmm,
Yeah, you gotta watch something
Avengers.
for everything that makes sense.
No, it's not about
It's the
making
same thing.
sense.
I'm just saying
You you
that
you
Clone
you
Wars
don't have
really
to.
helps the prequel
Okay, you
experience.
don't have to watch Tron to enjoy Tron Legacy. If anything, Tron will make you hate Tron Legacy.
Yeah, I was about to say, if anything, you don't want to watch Tron
You
before
don't
you
want to
watch Tron
watch it.
Legacy.
So my point being,
Well, that would be a different thing if Clone Wars was bad, though. Clone Wars isn't bad. It helps the experience.
I don't know, man. The prequels alone, without Clone Wars, they're not good.
Hmm.
Take away the
I think
Clone
Attack of the
Wars.
Clones isn't good.
Take away the Clone
I think Attack
Wars.
of the Clones isn't good. I can
So,
watch Phantom Menace over and over again. I can watch Resistance over
yeah,
and over again.
boy. I can watch Phantom
I
Menace over and
don't
over again
know.
too.
Yeah, I don't know. I still don't understand why that's your favorite prequel.
Because it is.
Um,
It's the best one.
it's not. It's surely not.
100%.
Um, uh, I don't know if I could watch Attack of the Clones over and over again. That
No.
one's just really
No, that
that one's rough
slow
to get
and
through.
boring and
But I mean, like, yeah, I could watch those two over and over again. Um, I can't watch the sequels over and over again. But back to the point.
I'm
George Lucas
I don't know,
is a
dude.
great writer with a beautiful mind, and everyone
Yeah,
should love
beautiful
him.
mind. Did he like he like made the whole entire like thing with the force like kind of weird? Like didn't he like
Huh?
I forgot, dude. I forgot where I read this, but like it was comparing like how different new lore is compared to like old lore, and how like his vision of the force was like
Yeah.
really dumb compared to like what it is
Oh, when
now.
he first made it, when he first made it, the Force was a crystal that you had to use. It was kind of like the lightsaber crystal, basically,
Mm-hmm.
and you had to use the crystal as the Force. It's kind of like a focus kind of thing. You had like a magic object that you had to keep with you.
Mm-hmm.
And his like he had Star Wars changed so much from his original vision. Star Destroyers used to, like, the big Star Destroyers used to be like one person piloted it. There was just one guy on board.
That's
Um,
convenient.
yeah.
Everybody else is
Uh,
a stormtrooper.
um, Stormtroopers used to all have lightsabers.
That sounds cool.
Like, everyone used to have lightsaber.
Do you see that
Like,
one
yeah,
video? I know this is kind of off topic, but do you see that one video of the Praetorian Guards having lightsabers?
I did. You sent me that. It was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't think that scene would have been any better if they did, though.
No, no, but I thought it looked cool. Oh,
Yeah, the movie
but
movie sucked, but
I don't know, man. I give them a shot. I guess if the first season sucks and they want to renew
nah,
it for
give him the company back.
no, if the first season
Give him
sucks,
Disney.
I will say Disney, they haven't done right by Star Wars at all times, but they have done some things that are cool.
They've done good things.
The comics
with Star
are
Wars, and they've
really
done
good,
bad
man. The
things.
comics are really good.
The Marvel, because Marvel makes all the new Star Wars comics.
Yeah,
Those
the,
are
the
really
comics
good.
are really
I
good.
I just finished
The Knights of
this
Ren are
crossover.
so cool.
So good.
The Knights of Ren are so
Yeah.
cool. Just
It's so
amazing in the
sad what they
comics.
did in the
Rise of
so sad
Skywalker.
what they did in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, even not even just in the Rise of Skywalker, but the whole trilogy. They really screwed those
What
guys
I
up.
want at least now, is a comic that shows what the Knights were doing during that time where they weren't in use in the movies. I want a reason of why they weren't helping this entire time. That's all I want.
They were tracking down Rey, man.
I, that's bull, because, like, they know where each other are, like, all times. They had, like, Force GPS. They really did. They were like, oh, you're on Shoe Island? Well, I'll be over there in a bit. It's dumb. Movie's dumb. Characters are dumb.
But
George Lucas is great.
I don't want him to have.
But yeah, that is a point that I thought was very interesting, is that George Lucas,
Mhm.
who, made Star Wars, I think is a cool thing to have him back as the executive producer, writer for this new series. I just think it's going to be very interesting what he does with a Star Wars character that wasn't his own.
He just needs more point of views than just his. That's my thing. I don't
Yeah,
want
Lucas.
I don't want this to be a George Lucas Star Wars story. I want this to be a Star Wars story.
Mm-hmm.
I love A New Hope. I really do. That's my favorite Star Wars movie, easily, hands down. But
I think a great duo to have on this would be if George Lucas and Dave Filoni were both on this,
okay,
because they work really well together. They basically made Clone Wars together by themselves. Well, I wouldn't say that. There were a lot of people on it, but, like, they were really the head creators and that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And I would love to see him on this project.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I have to say about that. I'm excited to see it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not even like really I don't
You're
care.
excited to see it.
I don't care
Yeah,
about
you do.
Cassian Andor series.
Yeah, you do.
I rather there's so many other characters I rather
What am I
get
saying? It's rated R.
Okay, well now you have me intrigued. No, but seriously, I'm just like I don't know, man. It's just Cassian. And what made Rogue One so good, and this is probably what they're going to try to do with Cassian. They're going to be like, oh, if you watch Cassian, Rogue One's going to be even better. What made what made Rogue One so good?
You suck.
What made Rogue One so good is the fact that it was just that was it. It was just that story. Those were the characters. That's all you
What
knew
if I
about
told you
them.
this TV show takes place after Rogue One? would that sweeten the pot?
You definitely had me hooked in. I'd definitely check it out. I'd be like, what?
4 years after the events of Rogue One. What?
Where's Jyn Erso? But
He's part Death Star now.
I don't know, man. There's so much more.
Cassian was forced teleported out of the way by Leia, and now he's safe. And they rebuilt K2SO, and this takes place 8 years after the events of Rogue One.
What am I listening to right now?
I'm telling you what the movie's gonna be.
This
You're
is a
welcome.
TV show.
I'm telling you what the TV show movie tie-in's gonna be.
I wonder what Star Wars for Life has to say about this. He probably hates everything we're saying right now.
I
I don't
is he
blame
even
him.
awake still?
Hopefully, if he is, he'll comment pretty soon. But oh, he said, "Nah, I'm intrigued." If it takes place after Rogue One. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Star Wars. Star
Or
Wars knows where it's at.
Jyn Erso had the Force and she used a Force bubble to protect them.
Oh.
Ah.
Or it's
K2SO
just
was
like
never dead, and he was
or K2SO had the Force.
K2SO. He's like you know how in like Iron Man he like calls his parts by like putting out his arm. You know K2SO pulled like some Iron Giant stuff, bro, and like went to them and like
Oh
protected them
my
like
gosh.
but like Groot style in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Or
Or
or Cassian, the Andor, the TV show, what it does is it takes place 5 seconds before
it's a
the end
flashback.
of Rogue One.
It's a
It's
flashback. Bet you're wondering
and
how I
it's
got
just them on
here.
the beach.
Bet you're wondering how I got here.
Record scratch, record scratch. Yeah, that's me. But you're wondering how I got here.
Oh, starting the summer of
So
'09.
those are our theories.
Disney,
Please tell us
George
yours.
Lucas, please endorse us.
Please endorse us.
It's gonna be funny when we watch the show and everything we just says in the show, and we're gonna sue, and we're gonna sue so hard, dude.
I'm telling you, we called it from the beginning.
We're gonna get
Man.
to the 8th episode and be like, man, what did we just watch? we just watched our dream, Jalen. That's what we just watched.
You're welcome.
Oh my god.
God.
We have transcended into another space and time. Cassian has a force, and the force fly like Leia. So that's what Stars for Life say. He's gonna force fly.
Oh. Oh, like in The Last Jedi where Leia force flies through space.
Yeah.
That's how he's gonna escape the planet.
I can't. After saying all of our, thoughts on this, I kind of can't wait. I hope they take a note.
No, I'm excited.
I hope they take a note. Um, Fun fact: Diego Luna was supposed to play Scarface in a Scarface remake, but that never really happened. Um, so yeah.
Another fun fact: we're over an hour, so
Yeah, we are over an hour. Well, technically, we're at an hour.
oh, we started late.
No, we didn't start late. We started on time, but the intro. So
I don't know.
we've been talking for
I
an
don't know.
hour. Regardless, this has been the
I don't know.
podcast, guys. And Jake he gets cranky when it's his bedtime, so
Hey man,
we're going to cut it short.
it's not true. We went over.
It feels good not
Yeah,
doing a 2 hour long podcast, though. I will say that
yeah.
it does feel good. But yeah,
So basically, same thing for me. Wednesday will be another Batman video. Thursday, Battlefront 2. We're gonna have like Jalen said, we're gonna have a video
I'm s-
by.
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about the Borderlands thing, and I was starting thinking about how it's like the cyberpunk of this
Oh
channel.
my god, I forgot about. I forgot about Borderlands. Is that even a thing anymore?
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna get that video out, man. I promise. It's not only have I barely had any time, but the way how I'm editing it, and it's
I understand. Hey man, I understand. I'm just
it's a process. It'll come
I'm
out in
just waiting.
2077. Hopefully, it comes out this week. Hey, we have a 3-day weekend. I have
It
some
was
time.
delayed due to Corona, so
I have some time. Yeah, you're gonna have to pay to watch it this time. I have some time on my hands, so hopefully I can get some stuff done.
yeah.
Tomorrow I'm gonna be busy, but
Uh,
yeah.
but like I said, the person who gave us B-roll, we're saying his name. I don't know if he wanted to say his name.
I think I said it earlier. Everyone knows
Well,
our
the guy who
names.
gave us his B-roll, Kilo 5, basically. Because I don't know if he wants us to use his name.
Okay.
Um, we'll be putting out a video. I believe it was Apex Legends is he's gonna
Yeah.
put
He's
up.
gonna do like a live commentary. He's gonna put that up tomorrow.
So that'd be cool. Nick is still trying to get his. He needs, was it 100 views
Yeah. 100 views
in 3
in
weeks?
2 more weeks.
2 more weeks he has. So if you want
He
him part of Pop Culture Day, I would suggest viewing.
he
Or we have
uh,
to
he has
take him up
he
back.
has 4 more videos planned, and within the next 2 weeks.
Um, and then and he's gonna do a Subnautica continuation. I'm pretty sure. And then as for me, like I said, it's just those things. I might throw something in. I don't know. And then Jalen won't do anything
I won't do anything. Well, I got my
unless a
big
movie comes
I
out.
got my big video essay out for right now, dude. I'm very happy with it.
Oh, that's
It
true.
seemed like a lot of you
And
guys seem to like it, and I appreciate it. That was my first big video
which
essay.
is what I think we should start a series called Why I Hate.
I don't, dude. That
It's
sounds
just,
so condescending because then people on the channel are gonna be like, "Oh, Jalen's just the one guy that hates everything," you know.
well, you are.
I love
You
Speed Racer.
you hate everything. Oh, that's something we should talk about. Do you want to talk about that?
Sure.
Okay, so a thing me and Jalen, and we might add Nick if he wants to, or Killer 5 if he wants to. Um, we're gonna do a kind of movie night thing
Mm-hmm.
where we're gonna watch a movie, and you guys are actually gonna watch with us in a way.
Yeah.
Um, and we're gonna be commenting on the movie, making fun and having fun with it as well. And it will be a little bit similar to Mystery Science Theater if you've heard of that. It'll be kind of like that, and it will just be a fun thing that if you want to watch a good movie, a bad movie, and just have some people talking over it because there's things that are funny about it that we can make fun of.
Yeah.
Then there you go. It'll be
Um.
a thing.
So yeah, our first movie we're gonna watch the Speed Racer. So I mean, if you want to get that ready, just
2003, 8.
I'm gonna come out
Ugh,
2008. 3?
ugh, ugh.
Yikes. Speed Racer
Yikes.
2008. And so
2003.
the way the video is gonna work, everything's gonna be pre-recorded, but we're gonna set it up as a premiere. So we're probably gonna post it next Saturday night. We're gonna set
Mhm.
it as a premiere. So when it goes up, imagine it being like a stream, but the video is already pre-recorded, so we can interact with the
Yeah.
chat. We'll probably be in the chat as the video goes live and chatting with you guys and stuff like that and having a good time. But it's gonna be really cool. So if you want to watch Speed Racer, be sure you get your DVD or Blu-ray or
Yeah,
digital
it's
copy.
kind of be like if you were watching Speed Racer with us, in a way. That's kind of how you basically watching Speed Racer with us because the whole idea is that you would be watching Speed Racer the same time we would be watching Speed Racer, and we would all be talking about it while the movie was going.
It's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, you'll see when the video comes
Yeah,
out.
it's gonna be really cool, and like I said, it's gonna be put up as a premiere, so it's kind of like a
Yeah,
live stream, but not live. But yeah,
yeah.
that's gonna be really cool. And then I want to work on a couple other video essays as well. I want to do
Hmm.
what makes a scene powerful, like something like that, because I've been really thinking about Blade Runner 2049 lately, and my God,
Oh
like that
God,
movie has some very powerful scenes, and just like there's a lot
the movie does have scenes.
I can dissect a lot about that movie and other movies as well. So I kind of want to work on another video essay. My Rise of Skywalker
Hmm.
one was really fun, and I did enjoy that.
Yeah, it was good. I thought it got the point across,
Thanks,
but
bud.
I think we're done here.
Yeah, I think we are too. So, guys, we appreciate all you guys for coming out, checking out the stream, and expect another podcast as always next Friday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Any last words, Jake?
Nah.
Nah, nothing to the fans and supporters. Oh, actually, be sure to follow us on Twitter. Do we need to start getting these plugs in? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. Follow us on Twitter. Link is in the description. At official pop cult. Also, check us out on Discord. We opened up a Discord.
Yeah, it's popping
Link
actually.
is also in the description. Yeah, people have been having we have a lot of fun on there.
Yeah,
We
we have like a
just
we have a meme corner. We talk about the
we
podcast
have a meme corner.
topics.
Yeah, there are rules, so don't
Yeah.
be rude or whatever. But basically, it's pretty much free to
So link for
play,
that's
kind of
also in
stuff.
the description, and then we might run some special stuff over there. Honestly,
Also, if you have a PlayStation 4, you can join our community, Pop Culture Day,
yes sir.
and we have our news and whatever in there, another kind of community thing just to have people in.
hmm
Uh, Also, tell a friend about
Go to your
tell a
neighbor's
friend
house.
about
Go to your neighbor's house. Be like,
knock on his
hey,
door. What is it? 9:12? That's not too late.
yeah,
Knock on his
they're probably
door.
watching Saturday Night Live or something.
Yeah.
A,
Oh yeah, that is on.
a
Ooh.
rerun, a rerun from
RuPaul
ten
was
years ago.
RuPaul from RuPaul's Drag Race was the host of Saturday Night Live last Saturday. But that's besides the point.
But yeah, so yeah, just or I mean, if you're not comfortable, you don't like talking to people, just write down a little note, put it on their car, so that's the first thing they see in the morning.
Ding dong, ditch them.
What was it called? TP their house would have pop culture today on all the toilet paper.
Then we get sued.
Don't go TP in houses. That's not cool, guys. But yeah,
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
it's a good night, Star Wars for life. Appreciate you, buddy. We'll see you guys
Good
next week,
night.
as always, and peace out.